T, how are you?
I am well, thank you.
Do you mind that I call you T?
No.
I like it, man.
Yeah,
So it is Talisa. I call you T. For anybody watching at home, just want to do a little intro. Just let us know sort of, where you're from, a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I am from New Zealand originally. I've been in the UK for 20 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I am proud to say I am now doing service accommodation, rent to rent, and I'm really enjoying it.
Absolutely smashing it. And I must tell Mike behind the camera, we absolutely have to show your properties because they are gorgeous. But we'll talk more about that in a little minute. But so when did you first hear about this thing called rent to rent?
It was a couple of years back, and then I found you, and I watched your stuff for ages. Didn't engage at all because I didn't want to talk to anyone. And then I had a call with you last year in December, and kind of came on board January.
Yeah, because I remember you at the Super Conference. Now let's just go back because it's hard to do this sometimes. But what were your thoughts and feelings around it and doubts, at that time before taking that lead?
I think it was the conference was amazing to see people doing it, but for me, I always didn't know if I could do it. You always think, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. So yeah, and I was scared. I didn't know if I could do it.
Okay, sweet. So there's some doubts there. Did you doubt the concept at all?
No, I think because you could see people. I think when you see people doing it in real life and they're successful and you can see that it works, I'm like, wow, if they can do it, I need to give this a shot.
Sure. And that's why the retreat, this event that we're at now for the clients and the Super Conference is so powerful, because it's not just Simon doing it on YouTube or T now, but it's half the room doing it. See you 25th, 26th of January, guys. Make sure you're there. Okay, cool. So, you've had those doubts, but you've jumped on board. What happened next in terms of you getting out there?
So I got quite close with, it was about 4 or 5 deals, and they were all about to go through, and then last minute, they just all kind of fell out of bed. And that was very disheartening. And I think for a while there, I was thinking, oh, do you know what? I don't know if this is for me. And I gave it a rest for a bit, and I took off on holiday.
Yeah, literally.
But what had happened, I'd planted a hell of a lot of seeds. And so even when I was away, I was still getting agents calling me with properties saying, Talisa, do you want this one? And I'd be like, no, I don't want that one. And then my first property that actually came through when I was away, and I said, oh, I like the look of this one. And I said, do you mind sending me a video? And he did. And I said, yeah, I want it. I said I wanted it without even viewing it.
This was while she was away. Yeah, I'll never forget because you sent it me and you was like, which was really, really good. And there was this period where you was sending me loads of deals from deal sources. And I was telling you off all the time, like.
And now I wouldn't even touch one.
Really? Why not?
Because I'm actually good at sourcing. I've got I think it's having the confidence. I didn't have the confidence, and once you get a deal, for me, it's like the whole world's open up, and different things just keep coming in now, and I feel like I'm not even trying.
Wow. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about that first deal. You mentioned an agent sent it you. Like, how did you meet them?
The agent?
Yeah.
So again, you gave me a challenge of going out and going into actual agencies, and I did, as I didn't like it very much at the time. And I remember getting in my car and it was raining, and I was like, oh, really?
Not today, yeah, literally, I remember.
And I had really good success. I found that the agents were very, very open to talking to me, and at the end of the day, they're all just normal people.
Right.
And And again, it just opened, I think even that gave me a bit of confidence. It was like, okay, people aren't just going to close the door, and there was opportunities.
Perfect. So you got the first deal, you know, when you got the keys, and I remember my moment, you walked in this property and it kicks in. How did you feel?
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. And then even when the property was finished and then I had the guests moving in the next day, that was like I remember just being I remember crying actually, sitting in this property, and it just looked so beautiful, and I was just like, oh, I've done it.
And you have.
It was it was a great feeling.
Great feeling.
Yeah.
The next challenge, or sort of once you got the property, is of course to cash flow it.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find that process?
Well, I've been very lucky, fortunate, whatever, in getting long-term deals. I got 6-month bookings straight away. So yeah, it's been cash flowing since day one.
Perfect. And you got 2 deals now.
Yep.
A few more in the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
One, I think, imminent. What sort of cash flow are you receiving from those properties? I know you've got long-term bookings, so it's maybe not as much as you would if it was nightly, but you don't really have to do much, right?
No. So the first one I've taken, because it was my first one, I've taken a little bit of a hit, but after everything, including cleaners twice a month, I'm cash flowing probably about 800 on that one.
Nice.
And then the second one, it's just over 1,000.
Perfect. So you're approaching that $2,000, which I think was one of our first goals actually, which is absolutely amazing. What's next for you?
Yeah, more deals.
Just how big are you going to go?
I don't know yet. I think that'll evolve, because for me, it's all about setting it up remotely, not having to be in the country. And for me, it's more about lifestyle. I love traveling, but I love the whole business thing as well. But I don't know yet. I think that'll evolve.
And final question to you before I let you go in, because it is a bit chilly out here, is anybody watching at home, what would your biggest tip be?
That's getting started. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Give it a crack. There's so many people doing it. If we can all do it, you can too.